Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we are doing a airport update for DC, Virginia International Airport, and it has been a while. 6 months since the last time we saw this airport, but 7 months since we saw this in a normal update. The 6 months ago one was the Christmas update, I guess you could say, seasonal one. So it's been a while since we've seen this airport update, but here we are with DCV, or DC Virginia International Airport. Basically, I'm just continuing this from airport number 25, I believe. So we're just continuing this one. There's no new stuff going on in it, really, except more in the international concourses and the budget concourse. Even not much there. So that's going to be what's happening on that side. But on our first area, the A and B concourse and regional areas, it should be somewhat the same since the last time we saw it here. So without further ado, let's get started. So right here at B5, we have this Delta 737-900, who's going to be heading over to Minneapolis-St. Paul. And then right here we have a Delta 717 coming in from runway 1, and he just taxied straight in to B1, and he just came in from Atlanta, Hartsfield, Jackson. And then right here we have United CRJ 550, and that brings us to the time of this update, around noon. So we aren't going to see many action per se around the airport, more action at the gates for today's airport update. But this United CRJ 550 is going to be heading up to Newark like usual. And then at the gate we have this Delta A220, who is going to be heading up to New York LaGuardia in a bit. But that's probably going to be around 5 p.m., so in about 5 hours. And then just pushing back for Anchorage via Seattle Tacoma, we have this Alaska 737-700, who again, as I said, is pushing back for Anchorage via Seattle Tacoma. And then right here we have a JetBlue A321neo, who just came in from Los Angeles International Airport. As I've said before, most updates, but I'm gonna remind you guys, most of our A320 service is transcon service here. So that's a big player in the market, and right now we do have JetBlue, which I would say competing against American, but since the merger, it is more of a partnership, I guess you could say at this point. So that's what's happening. So yeah, he's going to be heading out to Los Angeles. And then something that's a bit interesting, which is going to be happening very, very soon, probably by the next update, is Alaska Airlines is shifting over to Concourse A, or the American terminal, because that's more of the One World terminal, since they just turned One World. But that is a slow move, because honestly, they do not have a big base out here. We really only get daily service to Los Angeles or Anchorage via Seattle. So those are really the two flights that we really get by them. So not many flights here by Alaska, but they will be shifting over to Terminal A. And now on to Terminal A, or the American terminal, we have this American 737-800 in the One World livery, who's going to be heading up to Chicago O'Hare. And then right here we have two twins. This first American A321neo, the closer one that's in focus, is going to be heading all the way over to San Diego. And then the one in the background is going to be heading all the way over to Phoenix Sky Harbor, and then we'll be continuing all the way over to Honolulu. So Phoenix via Sky Harbor, Honolulu via Phoenix. And these are both going to be heading up. And as I said before, most of our A320s are making transcon service, and what we've been seeing lately is that A321s, like the more longer haul flights, are using this area, A5 and A4. If I zoom out just a bit, on the other side of the terminal versus the American 738, and hopefully hopefully some regional jets coming soon here. Well, not regional jets, but some A320, 737s usually using the left side, and then 321s using the right side more due to lounge access on that side. And now on to our regional gates. So right here we have this Air Canada Express CRJ200 who will be heading up to Toronto, and he's right now at the not kind of the overflow gates, not really because we have too much gates, but because there's some construction going on in the area. But again, this Air Canada CRJ200 will be heading up to Montreal. And then we have United Express CRJ550 again, who's going to be heading down to Greensboro for service. And then here, the 717s are kind of hit and miss. We either get them in the B concourse or the C concourse / regional concourse. And for today, we have two, and this one's at the C concourse. And he's going to be heading up to Detroit in a bit. And yeah. And then what I was saying about earlier about construction going on is that we are going to be having a bit of an expansion here. So right now, gate C3 right here and gate C4 right here are both under construction at the moment and are going to be painted over before being moved. As I'm going to try to fit in another gate right here and another one over right here behind the United to get more of this expansion here, because we'll be moving some aircraft from the other terminals like 737-700s over to here to have a bit more of a commuter gate, I guess you could say, to destinations right here for commuter traffic, which something that's going to be is more orientated towards business travelers, which is something that we do see kind of like Reagan versus Dulles in the DC area. How, you know, Reagan is more quick in and out, so at here we're gonna have quicker security, hopefully a bit of a quicker in and out experience for the business traveler. So yeah. And then right here at the Delta concourse or the D concourse, not much is happening since the international terminal was moved. Really, again, as I said before, nothing's really happening here. We just have two empty gates that are international capability, but there is no terminal here, so that's why it was just best for us to move from here, because it was only hard stands, and that meant that after an 8-hour transatlantic flight or a 10-hour one, you had to get into a bus and go through customs. So that's why this area was changed, and it's just kind of dead at the moment. What I hear plans are happening is that FedEx may be moving in the future to convert this into a cargo area, because this could work best for a cargo operations, but for now, it's just dead for D, so D for dead, or I guess you could say, but that's the D concourse. And now on to our Echo concourse, or the regional concourse. At this area, it is all hard stands, no terminal, no jet bridges, so yeah, let's get started. Our first aircraft we're starting with is the Southwest 737-700 in the Colorado 1 livery, which is going to be heading to Denver. This Southwest 737-800 is going to be headed to Dallas Love Field. This 737-800 is going to be heading to San Antonio. And then this Southwest 737-700 in the Florida 1 livery is going to be heading down to, is going to be heading, where should we put him? He's going to be heading up to Chicago Midway. And then this Spirit A321 CEO is going to be breaking the A321 rule, and instead of heading trans-con, he's going to be heading down to Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood. And then this Frontier A320 is going to be heading to Denver, Colorado. And now on to our international terminal, which has been having some work done to it, a lot of it, but is still heavily under construction again. This new area of the airport is very, very, very much still under construction. Like, not most gates are still under construction. But anyways, one of the only gates that is actually almost finished is this Lufthansa A350, which is going to be heading to Frankfurt. Then we have this British Airways 787-10, who's going to be heading over to London Heathrow. And when I was talking about gate Delta, the Delta concourse, this is one airline that could be heading back, and that's this Hawaiian Airlines. They could be heading back because, again, they're not an international airport. The only reason they're not an international airline, the only reason they're here is because they do operate wide bodies, and this is the only gates that have wide bodies, but they're still underneath construction, so Hawaiian does not really want to be here. but they are here, but they could be moving back. And that goes for Aer Lingus, which is this Aer Lingus A330. Oh, sorry, and the Hawaiian Airlines A330 will be heading to Honolulu. And this Aer Lingus A330 will be heading to Dublin. And this is another airline that may be moving back to Gate Delta because they don't really need customs because there's pre-clearance in Dublin, so he may be heading back there. And then this Iceland Air 757 is another aircraft that is in a gate that is under construction, and he's going to be heading to. So that concludes this week's airport update for DC, Virginia, or DCV International Airport. I hope that you enjoyed this airport update, and if you did, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Our goal is for 200 subscribers. So yeah, some news at this airport. I'm going to try to be finishing it as fast as possible, and we will see what happens. Some new aircraft on the way, maybe and hopefully. Upcoming videos. Unboxing, I guess you could say that's one of our upcoming videos that I have in the works. And yeah, that's really it. I don't have any other news. If you want to have a subscriber routes are back, so make sure to leave a comment with your route in mind. If not, this concludes this airport update. If you did enjoy, make sure to, as I said, leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below your favorite subscriber route or your favorite moment from the video. This is DCAviation out.